Yeah, and for the record, a lot of this stuff that I talk about today is from my experience, and if it's not 100% accurate, I apologize. It's just from my personal experience.
No, it's always like, like it's...
Today's guest on the podcast is Young OORAH, a YouTuber with 20,000 subscribers, and the main focus of his channel is to teach you his experience of what it's like to be in the Marine Corps Reserve, and as well as what got him into the military, what encouraged him to keep going, and some of the struggles that he's been dealing with, as well as some of negativity. So it's a really interesting conversation because not only does he give his military perspective, but also as a content creator, as a YouTuber that focuses on a subject like the Marines. Like it's a little out there. Hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. Make sure you guys like it. If you're listening on iTunes, give it a 5-star rating, leave a review in the bottom. It will definitely help us out. And here's a conversation with Young OORAH.
When I first started my YouTube channel, I used to do the editing just on the phone, on the iMovie on the phone. And then from there, I finally got a laptop, and then, it's an investment to it because, it's like potential. So thank you for joining the podcast. With Young OORAH, he's a YouTuber, 19,000 subscribers.
And 19.8, almost 20,000.
Almost 20,000,
Almost 20,000, yeah.
Yeah, some videos that blew up. I seen. So your channel is based kind of like on what it's like to be in the military, right?
Yeah, specifically on the Marine Corps Reserves, because it's different from active duty, so I focus specifically on the reserves, the Marine Corps.
So you teach people like what to expect, how
what to expect. Even though I'm not active duty, there's still some things like the political climate that sometimes I talk about in the Marine Corps that I can see even out of active duty. So yeah, I like to make people aware of that just so that they know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start your YouTube channel?
I probably started my YouTube channel probably in late 2016, early 2017.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I started my.
What do you what made you get started to like start documenting that kind of stuff?
Well, I've kind of always wanted to start a YouTube channel, and at first this YouTube channel was a gaming channel, like straight gaming commentary. Yeah. It was called the Gaming Leatherneck in the beginning. I didn't talk about Marine Corps stuff, nothing like that. And then one day, my friend that I used to work with, he suggested, "Hey, why don't you talk about Marine Corps stories or whatever, right?" And I was like, "Oh, nah," because with this culture, it's like if you don't do as much as they did in their careers, or like depending on your job, like, oh, if you're personnel in the grunt, or if you're not an infantryman, whatever, people make fun of you online, and I didn't know if I was like ready for that, right? And he was like, just give it a try, whatever. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll give it a try. So I made a video about when I first joined the military when I was 17 years old and my experience going through it, and I uploaded that night. And when I woke up in the morning, like I went from like maybe 10 subscribers to like 80 subscribers, and I kept refreshing it throughout the day. Oh, really? And I was really surprised, and I was like, dang, I've always wanted this. So I didn't know that it will even blow up, that big. So I kept making videos over time, I started getting traction. Yeah,
that's what it is. It's like for me, I've tried so many different types of content. Like when I first started YouTube, it was like 2015, but it wasn't. I never really took it like super serious and consistent. That was like the biggest issue, being consistent with one thing. I started doing like book reviews and movie reviews, and then eventually I go to Coachella every year. So I was like, I'm gonna make a couple of videos about Coachella, and just looking at my analytics, those videos did way better than my regular videos. So I was, I'm gonna start doing more Coachella videos, just kind of like little breakdowns, things like that. And then last year I had 2 videos that got like 10,000 views, like just crazy. I was like, all right. So in this, that was like in April 2018. So by November 2018, I was like, I'm gonna start making more content about Coachella because it's gonna start trending like in January. So I started making those videos, and then like the views and everything
started going up, right?
Yeah. So sometimes you just gotta follow the algorithm, and we could eventually do some other things. Like you could probably get back into gaming in the future, or depends what you like. So I mean, once you have established kind of like your own niche, you can always branch out to even a different channel or something.
Yeah.
So we consider starting a different channel?
I actually have, for my car, I've actually started a different channel for off-roading and everything, because I got an off-road vehicle, so I started that. That has taken off.
Like a Razor, or what kind of?
Like, you mean my car?
Yeah.
It's a Toyota 4Runner.
Oh.
Yeah, so I started off-roading with that on the other channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have a separate channel for that?
Yeah, a separate channel for that.
Oh,
Well, I have a mixture of both in this one too, but I just want to create a separate channel to keep it organized, keep my audience kind of specific. But I mean,
yeah. Right now, that's kind of like the thing is channel like specific oriented. That's what people. Or
that's the algorithm. Yeah, unfortunately,
like we want to do so many different things. Like sometimes I want to make more videos about sports and like all these other things that I have, like I guess expertise or passion about, and then you can't just upload them because they mess up the algorithm. But whatever, as long as you're happy making content, that's like that's where it's at. How often do you upload? Like do you have like an upload schedule?
I used to when I first started, I was doing motivated, so I used to upload like maybe like 3 times a week at least, sometimes like once a day. But recently, because I've been busy with everything, and I kind of just go with the flow and what I'm experiencing in life now, just because I feel like I've covered most of the basics of the Marine Corps. Definitely there's still more, but it's kind of hard for me to retrack and kind of remember everything that I've been through, because this is over 4 years ago when I first joined.
So are you still currently enlisted?
Yeah, I'm still currently enlisted in reserves. Yeah. What was that? So now it's like once a month. I try to do it once every 2 weeks, but right now because I just came back from training, I didn't have to upload. So it's my last video was a month ago.
Okay. Yeah. So I was looking. That's what I was asking. So for me, I try to do at least one video a week. I do pretty consistent, but like not the same like the Coachella content. I do one every single Monday. So most of my audience that subscribes to me is for Coachella content, but I tell them every Monday, and then the rest of the week I'm still kind of like working it out, trying different things, see what I want to do, because I could commit to something because I know it's gonna take time for it to take off. So I don't want it to be like if I do 2 episodes on it and I don't get enough results, I know that it's gonna take at least 10-15 videos for those things to start working. So right now I'm still kind of working out like other types of content. So I started the podcast just to have conversations with people, like people that are doing interesting things, like having a channel. Have you got any backlash for doing military related stuff, or do you get in trouble for making certain type of videos, or how does that work? I was kind of curious about that.
Yeah, well, I personally haven't gotten any backlash from my command specifically from the military. Knock on wood. I think what's saving me right now is because I'm speaking a lot of things out of uniform. But if I were to speak in uniform, like I have my uniform on, and I would speak for the military, then that would be a problem for them, just because they might feel like I'm misrepresenting them. Like, oh, that's how you think, that's not how we think. As for backlash, we all get haters and everything. Actually, I made a video. I called out some person that I didn't necessarily agreed with when it comes to military life. And I mean, there's a lot of people who hasn't gone through what he's gone through. He's very specific. And I just basically explained to people, like, you can't base your hopes on that, because that's a very, very rare experience. Because that person himself is famous too. I got a lot of backlash on that, but I also got a lot of support from that. Unfortunately, I got a lot of backlash from the target audience, which is the kids who haven't joined. Because they like him and not me. They're anchored to him, basically. So
he also makes content about the military.
Yeah, he also makes content about the military, but he has to censor himself a lot and makes himself a different image, because I think he's somewhat of a recruiter or something like that. So he can't necessarily portray like the bad side of it.
So you try to keep it more real.
Keep it more real, keep it more real. And he also has a business associated with it too as well. So So he has to sell, basically. I'm not selling anything. So I haven't made anything off my YouTube channel.
It's not monetized?
They're monetized, but nobody's clicking on the ads. Most people just skip the ad or whatever. Whatever, The only I made $6. This is the most I made out of YouTube every year. It's this guy who sponsored me, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out. And then one of his items sold. It was like a wooden flag, and some guy wanted it, and I made like 10% off of it or something like that.
Like an affiliate program.
Yeah, like an affiliate program. Yeah.
But you don't make nothing for AdSense though, even though, because they don't. I know they have to buy the products, but I think just having like the ads all the time, like, it helps out a little bit. Especially if you get a lot of views, because you do get some videos.
Yeah, I have over 1 million views on my channel, and I was confused too as to why I don't get any like revenue off of it. And to be honest, I don't know why. I've looked into it. I'm subscribed. I'm monetized. I'm subscribed to AdSense. and everything. So I have no clue.
Man, that's crazy.
Maybe you can help me out with that. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe after this we could take a look.
Yeah.
Because maybe some of the subject matter might be like not advertiser friendly or something. That's the only thing.
That's probably one of the reasons why, because I do cuss a lot in my videos. So I mean, I don't know if you watch my videos.
I saw some.
Yeah, but I don't know if I cuss on here or anything like that.
You can say whatever you want.
Yeah, like you heard my intro before, right? So
I think cursing does affect advertisers.
Yeah,
cursing and like some of the subject matter. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe I don't know how it works with the military content. But maybe just because most people that make money on YouTube is not through the actual AdSense, so I'm pretty sure you probably look into other sources like maybe starting a Patreon account. I just started mine like 2-3 weeks ago, a Patreon account where like you know about Patreon.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, so you just provide different tiers. They could join for $1 a month. Like somebody can commit to you. You can start out with like friends and family or people that are close to you. $1 a month is not too much. Like you just tell them to do it.
Yeah.
And having the initial 10-15 people sign up, it encourages more people to sign up. So at first it'll be all like your close friends and stuff. And then like I said, I have 10 people on there right now. And you also give them something for signing up. So it's exclusive content, or maybe you have merch or stickers or shout outs at the end of every video. A lot of people are using that route. It's just something different because you do have an audience, and you are kind of like say a media or
influencer.
Yeah, influencer. That's the word. So you're an influencer. You get a certain amount of views. So for example, you could reach out to a business and you tell them, okay, this is how many views I get in a month, for example. And you could look at how many views it would take, like if you paid for a Facebook advertisement. So you pay $10 on Facebook, it'll reach this amount of views. But the difference is your video is going to be there for a long time, and the Facebook ad runs out. So that's like kind of like a metric you base your.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So maybe reach out to local businesses in the area where you live, or maybe some businesses like you're doing the affiliate program, but other people might be willing to sponsor it. Based on the views, you're like, hey, I have this many guaranteed views. My content might benefit your business or stuff like that. Like, I don't know, just different ways, because eventually you do want to get a little bit of money since you have the audience and you kind of build the audience.
I guess I never really thought about that, because when I first initially made the YouTube channel, it was just for fun.
Yeah.
And in a way, it still is for fun. So that's why I probably haven't put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
Maybe I should, because it would be nice to have that monthly small income.
Yeah.
Kind of passive almost.
It could be like $30 a month that you could reinvest that money into maybe advertisement to create more engagement, or invest into some kind of merch where you could like people that really want to support you even more, because you'll be surprised people really want to support you. There's always a core that you probably see on your comments all the time, or they follow you on other social medias or something.
Yeah, I do definitely see the same people. I remember their names.
But they'd be willing to give you $1 a month. It's not asking too much. I don't think it's a big commitment, but especially I know it's for fun, because I do it for fun too. When I started, it was for fun, but it's like you put in so much time because of the editing, and then you gotta think of like the video topic, and then make time for recording, editing, all that stuff. You are investing a lot of time into it, and it'd be nice to get a little reward. Yeah.
Definitely. I thought about that too.
How long does it take you to like edit, like upload to like, or writing, edit, and upload?
So the shortest video, usually on average, I would say an hour to edit. Like I'm pretty fast at editing, because I'm pretty used to the mechanics of and all that. And to upload it, render everything, that's probably like an hour and a half. So probably like 2 hours and a half to like 3 hours. That's like for a short video. Yeah. But if it's like, if it has a lot of clips, like I go on an adventure or something, like a trip, and there's a lot of clips, that probably takes all day or something like that. I mean, you know how it goes. It takes pretty much all day to edit something. Yeah. Because it's a render, that takes a long time too, and upload.
Yeah, the upload, that takes a while, and then you have to keep making sure you upload. You want to upload also like a certain time. Do you just upload at any time, or do you kind of want to keep it on the same?
I try to, when I do upload, I guess I don't upload on a specific day, but I always try to upload. I always do upload 6 in the morning. I could be wrong, but I'm thinking like, okay, if some people wake up early, they can watch my videos when they're eating breakfast or whatever, and then, or some people might wake up a little bit later, maybe Eastern time, 9 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
9 a.m. So they're still waking up and they're probably eating breakfast or whatever. They can watch my videos. That's what I'm thinking. I'm putting myself in their shoes.
Yeah, and then when you think about like maybe by lunchtime they see you uploaded, but they're at work, and then they're like, oh, I remember. Let me see.
You uploaded, yeah. But that's the thing with the bell notification. You had to click on it to see people have actually uploaded.
Yeah.
On YouTube, you know what I'm talking about, like the bell notification.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it won't pop up on their phone unless they have that thing check marked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's another thing that sucks. Like I remember back in the day, it used to be way easier because the feed used to be just for subscribers, and now it's just like all these recommended videos and suggested videos.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah,
and we gotta work with whatever they have. Are you active in other social medias, kind of promoting your channel, or do you just stick?
Yeah, I am very active on Instagram. I'm also very active on Snapchat as well.
On Snapchat.
But I think I've gained some followers through Instagram just because I have my link in my bio and everything, and then my hashtags and everything, and I have pictures and all that. So
yeah,
my Snapchat is more like my personal life stuff people like to watch and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of stopped using Snapchat, to be honest. Like, just because when Instagram got the stories, I started focusing on that, and I don't know. I still get snaps from people, like more, like you said, more personal. People send me the things, but I don't know. Like, I'd rather just use Instagram for some reason.
Yeah, it feels more options, more to look at, more to serve, more connected. I feel more connected.
Yeah, it is way more personal. Yeah. When it comes to, have you collaborated with any other YouTubers, like in your niche, or just?
I collaborate with YouTubers.
Other like military channels, or?
I feel like I have, but I probably got offers, but I never actually went out to do it. Yeah, probably. I don't recall at all.
You didn't recall.
I mostly collaborated with other photographers and sounds funny, but barbers and whatever, stylists.
Yeah.
Because people like looking at that stuff for some reason. They like that image,
Yeah.
Like that, that lifestyle. And you got somebody to make you look good. Oh, you can take great photos. Go to great places.
No, those channels and all that stuff is really popular.
Yeah.
I recently did something with the barber. Like right now, I'm kind of bumming it, but he like lined me up, and we talked about like different things, and he wanted. That's kind of like he wanted a video since me and my friend because my friend he's more of a photographer, video producer, and he hit both of us up like, hey, I want to make a commercial. And I was like, oh, I actually want to make a video about my beard and this. So we kind of collaborated, and he
yeah. Same thing with me, like the whole military haircut. There's a culture of like if you got a fresh freaking fade, like a really fresh fade, like you get that kind of respect, So I know one of my barber, he used to be my barber, not anymore, but he used to give me fresh fades, like fresh freaking fade, like really fresh. So like I used to collab with them, like hey, this and that, like if you want a fresh fade, military, whatever, come to this guy,
Yeah.
So.
Did you shout him out?
Yeah, I shot him out. He shouts me out too, and I taught him like some stuff that can attract people and all that.
Mm-hmm. Are you always looking to improve? Like, do you always look at like self-help, or either books or like other videos on how to improve like your YouTube channel and stuff like that?
Dude, man, tell me about it, bro. I used to study it to the dime, like YouTube algorithm. I got frustrated, so I just stepped away from it because no matter what I did, I felt like I wasn't getting enough traction and views for the amount of effort that I was putting into my videos.
Yeah.
So I started doing like requests from people. Like, if this guy requests, then other people might, have the same question as this guy. But yeah, I definitely looked into those. I didn't read books, but I looked a lot into like YouTube creator tutorials or whatever. And,
No, and the thing's always changing too. There's a
always changing, yeah.
So you're maybe studying like a certain formula or something, and then like a couple months later, it's like you got to do a whole new strategy.
And I feel like if you do get the algorithm, you still may not get the views. Like you can tag all your videos right. You can be on point with the algorithm, but if YouTube doesn't see that audience retention or view count or whatever, they're not gonna want to suggest it to other people.
Yeah.
And and that so you have audience retention and you have what's that?
Watch time.
Watch time, yeah, watch time. Those are the two things that they look at. And if it's low, if you have a lot of views, but if those two numbers are low, like they won't really want to suggest it. That's what I've noticed. That's what I've heard too.
Yeah, and it's random. Like you feel like sometimes you have good content, and the watch time might be good, and you have good thumbnails, and sometimes it doesn't get the views. So I don't know. Like maybe just be more patient. Like that. Sometimes I just like I think like long term.
Yeah.
Like, I know if I put in the work now, maybe 3, 4, 5 months down the road, maybe it starts picking up. Maybe a year. It could take a while.
Yeah.
Like I said, I started in 2015, but I was never consistent, and I was changing the content all the time. So started with, like I said, book reviews, and I did like movie content and UFC content, and I was always changing it up. So I never really kept it consistent. And then I had 1,000 subscribers at the start of this year, and then right now I'm like at 3,400. But my views, like I got 1 million views this year alone. You
got 1 million views on your channel now? That's good.
I got 2 million now.
You got 2 million now? That's good. That's good. Wow, that's more than me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
I recorded a concert footage of Will Smith, and that one got like 600,000.
That's pretty good. That's really good.
And I didn't really make money from it because it's, I guess, copyrighted because it was the songs or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just look at it as extra thing for the algorithm. Some people that watch that video might come check out my channel and subscribe. Like it already got me like 170 subscribers just because like they watch it. They're like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And then they go check out my other content. And for me, like the biggest thing that's helped me grow, because besides to make it more consistent, I started deciding like every Monday I have to drop a Coachella video. That way, people know when to come back. So if you're doing a video a month, you should probably tell them what day, or maybe the first Tuesday of the month, or the first.
It's just that I thought about that too, because I heard people do that. But I really just can't promise, and I feel like if I do promise, like damn, I really have to make a video.
That's the thing. It keeps you. It, like for me,
it takes the fun out of me for me personally. But I should, but I don't know. It takes the fun out of me sometimes.
No, but if you have a month, I think you can do it. Like you just say, even if you already have the video already ready, just wait for that day to post it, or whatever. Or if it's coming down, you're like, oh man, I got a week. Or it keeps you more accountable than just putting it off, because it also keeps the audience knowing when it's the first Monday of the month, or I don't know, whatever works for you. Yeah, I think that'd be like a cool way to help you out a little bit.
Sure, I'll try it out. I'll think about it. Has it helped you personally?
Yeah,
there's people who come back usually on
Mondays, every Monday, and there's some people even on Instagram that like one day I ended up uploading them at like 9 o'clock at night because I got freaking busy, or I put it off to the side. I wasn't doing it. And then I got people DMing me on Instagram or whatever, like, hey, are you gonna upload a video today? Like this is like people you never even think of. You're like, well, it's crazy. Like it actually,
it's a good feeling.
It's kind of like a little branding thing. So you say you started in the military when you were 17?
So 17.
Did you always want it to be in the military, or how did that happen?
Not until I was middle school. In middle school, when I first saw my Marine Corps boot camp video. Yeah. And I thought about going to like a military high school, but then like my parents wanted me to stay away from military completely, just because of the influence they had back in their home country, and it was like considered a bad thing. Yeah. To join the military. So I forgot about it over the longest time until like when it came to like high school graduation, or getting near there, and I really had to decide what I wanted to do. Did I want to go to college, get a job, or what other options?
What options you have? Graduating from high school. Yeah. So okay, and then you never did none of those like cadet corps in high school, middle school? I did double pups. It's like, it's not really a cadet corps or whatever. It's just basically like a 10-day military style training camp that they ship you up to Camp Pendleton in San Diego. San Diego, yeah. And then I have some friends there. Yeah, or I guess Oceanside, some people like to call it. Yeah. And then they ship you up there, and you wear this white T-shirt, red handkerchief, red hat, and blue jeans and some boots. And then you go basically where the recruits are training at, and you get to train next to them, but not with them. To get kind of experience out of it. So how do you, because you say you're in the Marine Reserve, so you're not in the active duty. What's the difference between both of those?
So reserve, active duty, reserves and active duty, they both go to boot camp at the same time, do the same thing. same thing combat training, and same thing with your MOS school, which is your military occupational specialty schools.
Yeah.
And then after you get out of your MOS school, that's when you branch off into your units, like separate units and all that. And then the reserves goes home, and they go to their units, and active duty goes, gets shipped out to wherever for the next 2 years or something like that. Yeah.
Did you get to choose that you wanted to be a reserve, or do you get placed there? How does that work?
Well, to be honest, I didn't know what the difference between the reserves and active duty was in the beginning when I first signed up. All my recruiter told me was, well, reserves is the same thing as active duty. There's no difference. I mean, there is a difference. But I didn't know. But you can choose. I think it depends on the amount of spots that they have available for you and the jobs available for you in the reserves. But knowing the information now, I think I still would have went reserves just because your job is more secured. Because there's times we're in boot camp where the active duty guys, they're like, hey, guess what? You went in as an 0311 contract, which is infantryman, rifleman contract, but now you're cook or whatever. Or if you go open contract, they put you wherever needs. Yeah.
They need, yeah.
But in the reserves, your job doesn't change. Your job is the same.
What do you do in the Marines, or what did you choose to do?
Oh, well, I don't really want to disclose that.
Oh, yeah,
just because, yeah. No, it's right. I could, but
no, I mean,
yeah.
If you can, just ask.
Yeah.
What's if someone's trying to join the Marines right now, what would you recommend? If somebody wanted to join the reserves or to join the active duty, not knowing what you know now?
Well, it depends on the life situation. If you have no wife or kids, or you have no girlfriend, if you're single, you're young, I would say active duty would definitely be a good experience for you. Mm-hmm. Especially if you come from a very sheltered area or area where it doesn't really expose the environment besides your own community.
Yeah,
it will open up your eyes. At least different too. Yeah, more opportunities.
Are you from California?
Yeah, I'm from California. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say more opportunities just because a lot of people get screwed in there with benefits, whatever. Just a lot of politics involved in it. So I wouldn't say it really opens an opportunity. I think it opens. It doesn't. At least from my experience, it opens up your eyes. Even the reserves, it opens up your eyes to the reality of how selfish people can be and how biased people can be. A lot of times, me personally, I've learned that the harsh environment is created by your own leadership.
Yeah.
Not from our enemies overseas and whatever you want to call them. Mm-hmm. It's actually sometimes from your own leadership itself. Some people are blessed with good leadership. Some people are blessed with,
and that affects the whole overall mood.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Around it.
Yeah. So me personally, I opened my eyes because I learned from my own, my experiences in the military, not necessarily from overseas.
And if you're in the reserve, could you request to go in active duty, or do you ever get an urge to get deployed somewhere? Or
yes. Well, yeah, I definitely did feel in the beginning. Now that I have less than 2 years left on my contract, and I've started building traction in my own personal life. Finishing school.
You're still in college and stuff?
Yeah, almost done with school. About to get my degree. And I have a whole personal life going on. I don't necessarily want to deploy now. In the beginning, yes, I was trying to find employments to go on. Even go on active reserves, which is you're a reservist, you're considered a reservist, but you're getting paid on active duty pay. Mm-hmm.
Do you have to do extra stuff for that?
Yeah, you're there every day basically, but you're in basically a reserve unit.
How often do you have to report since you're in the reserve? Because I had a friend who did the National Guard Reserve or something like that, and he only goes to training once a month right now or something like that.
Yeah, same here. So you go back every month. It's sometimes it ranges from 2 to 3 to 5 days,
depending on
what it's required. Some units do up to 5 days, fortunately for them. And then in the summertime, you activate on 2 weeks of orders, orders, and then you're there every day for 2 weeks straight, Monday to Sunday. And that's just how it is going to be for the next remaining of your contract.
For the next 2 years. And do you ever if you're on the reserve? Is if there's some kind of war or something, is that when they put you on? Is that the whole point of the reserve, or what? Because I don't know.
I've heard a lot of stories, man. I've heard that if we're fighting conventional warfare, The reserves will also get deployed along active duty guys because I think in Fallujah, I think they're doing like a leapfrogging campaign. So you know, you have the reserves and the active duty guys and the reserves.
Yeah.
And I've also heard like where reserves get deployed first because it costs a lot less money for the government to ship us out to sea than active duty guys. I mean, those are just things I've heard.
Yeah.
Personal experience, we've only got sent out on like detachments, like small little detachments here and there to help out the active duty units.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys help out during like any local, like national, like disasters type things, or is that just for the National Guard? Or?
Yeah, it's mostly for the National Guard, and some operations with I don't know. I really can't.
Yeah. What I know, like right now, since we like technology is advancing so much with like drones, how do you see like the future of the military? Like, do you think it's going to be more like engineering based, like more people, like less people actually on the ground, or how do you see it like in the future, like 10, 15 years from now?
I really can't say much about it. I think the best way I can put it is technology is definitely advancing. I think that there's ways that we have to more stuff to worry about technological wise than boots on the ground. That's all kind of the best way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like I feel like there's not gonna be that need for like boots on the ground as much as like of course years past. Like now you could have like drone surveillance or maybe send in some artificial intelligence or something.
Yeah.
Like I know we're still kind of like low behind, but I think
Marine Corps is definitely beyond that.
We're really close to a turning point where you're gonna be able to save lives by not having them in the front lines as much. You know, like you're still gonna need people to operate these machineries, to still be on site, stuff like that. But I feel like just an overall need for soldiers to be in danger when you could send a robot to scout or something like that. Like I don't know, that's from an outsider's perspective. That's I'm looking at it with like all our advancements in technology. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't say much. Dude. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm just asking for whatever you think is. I don't know. Like, I mean, of course, times have changed too. From like how you were saying, the older people they think they had it like harder.
Yes, definitely. They've definitely said the new generation of Marines or soldiers, sailors, blah blah blah, are more pussified now.
Yeah.
Because of new rules set in place, no hazing, this and that.
Also, they really cracked down on that stuff.
They were cracked down on stuff.
The stuff from like those movies, those
I mean, don't get me wrong, hazing still happens, and I definitely got hazed before myself. For example, I got a new fresh tattoo. And then I was forced to plank in the dirt,
Yeah.
It's a fresh tattoo, so I had to go get it redone and everything. So,
they really messed it up?
Yeah, so I had to go get that redone.
Are you allowed to get any tattoos when you're in the military? There's no, like...
There is a policy, and you have to follow... Yeah, you have to follow the like, you can only be a certain amount of inches from your elbows or your wrist, no neck tattoos, and so on, etc. There's a whole, like, paperwork on it. You gotta make sure you don't get the wrong tattoos, or you can get, like, paperwork on yourself. You get wrong tattoos, yeah. And
what, like you're mentioning going to school, is whatever you're going to school for, is that related to what you're doing in the Marines or not? Or
kind of. I'm going to school for criminal justice right now. I know it sounds very like Marine thing to do, but I was a business major in the beginning. For me personally, I just thought it was really like boring. I didn't like it. Yeah, just really dry. Criminal justice was a little bit more like, I guess you could best put it, action packed. So that's why I decided to pursue that major.
How do you feel about like right now? Because there's a super negative stigma for like the police authority, police and all that. Like, how do you feel about that?
Honestly, I do see where they're coming from. I definitely do. But I guess my defense against it is that it's so hard to change up. I guess the bureaucracy because it's there's only so much that you can do as a person.
And I think the problem too is you can't control what other people are doing. Like I'm pretty sure like 99% of cops and authority are good people. They're doing it for the right reasons, and it is a stressful job. Like you don't know what's gonna happen, like what people are gonna do. You're always like on the edge, and unfortunately now with social media, like everyone has a phone, everyone's reporting these things, so you get 1% of people doing bad things, and that's everything that blows up on social media. Like everybody starts talking about it. This couple abusing his power, or something happened.
Yeah.
And it's always the 1%, but 99% of them, like, they're getting the hate even though they're doing a good job. So that's kind of sucks.
Yeah, those kind of stuff, especially when you're entering public works and like and public assistance, like you're gonna get the heat for that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're screwing everybody over, and it's sad because usually the guys who preach like, oh, don't be a buddy fucker, don't screw other people over, blah blah, are usually the ones screwing other people over.
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes it comes from leadership. You just kind of don't want to listen to them. So it kind of creates a lot of trouble within the organization itself, and it kind of breaks the structure of it and the authenticity of it.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a struggle, because I feel that in the military as well. So.
Yeah. Do you want to be? What do you want to be? Like a police officer, or do you want to be more detective? Like what kind of work?
To be honest, at this point,
lawyer.
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do. I might go private sector.
Yeah.
I don't know, private investigator or something like that. I don't know. Not really working for like as an actual police officer, but maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe something along those lines.
Yeah. See, but just more of a private.
More private, yeah. Less public, more private, yeah.
And the private, like, do they get like? How does that work? Because I really like, I'm kind of naive when it comes to this stuff. So a private detective would be someone you handle like specific cases, or.
Well, I mean, like private investigators, for example. I mean, this is just all for example. I'm not sure if I really want to do it. It's kind of like to do background checks on people. My favorite hear people interviewing other people, like their friends, asking questions, and then they just collect the information, and I think they help companies out. They help like law enforcement out.
Yeah.
So it's whatever work they're hired for. It's kind of like a contractor, like private security. They're kind of contracted with a certain company.
Oh, okay.
They do the work,
Do you know anybody like that's doing that kind of stuff right now?
No, I don't.
No, you just kind of something you're thinking about doing.
Just for example.
Do you have any other like family members in the military or in like law enforcement or anything, or are you the first?
No, I'm the first military in my family, first Marine in my family. So creating that family history, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, what were your parents' sentiments when you decided to join? Because I know it's gotta be hard especially you said that your parents like didn't really like for you to join it. Yeah,
well, it's crazy because my dad actually tried to sue my recruiter.
Oh, really?
Just because, I just tried to get me on the contract, and obviously he couldn't because I signed the contract and all that. So, but we fought a lot, and we had a lot of trouble. But when I came back, it was when they kind of like saw like, hey, everything kind of changed. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I want to say it's not as bad as I thought it would be, but they realized they have to let me fly. Basically, like I have to learn from my own experiences.
Yeah, I mean, it's your own choice too. Like,
yeah.
I know sometimes our parents, they want us to follow a certain path, like the thing that like go to college, do this, like have a safe, secure job, don't do anything dangerous and stuff.
Yeah, don't be stupid, like come back alive, don't lose your limbs, And then my dad was saying like, oh, you're gonna die, you lose your limbs, this and that, get blown up. Like you're not scared of that, you're stupid if you're not scared of that. And try to scare me out of it, but I mean, for me personally, I just wouldn't feel like complete if I didn't join the Marine Corps.
Well, what advice would you have for somebody that's like maybe 16, 17 that wants to join, but they're afraid to like tell their parents, or they might not want to join because their parents might disapprove? Or
tell you one thing, they're never going to approve. They're always going to talk you out of it. They'll never, from most people's experiences, they'll never approve of it. They'll never want you to go through that experience. They're just basing their feelings off of the horror story that they've heard of. So they'll never approve of it.
Yeah.
And the best advice is that you should find, depending on what you want to do in life, you want to stay in, which you will never know, or if you want to just do it and get out, which I suggest you have that kind of plan, because you never know if once you join up, you never know if you want to stay in or not. It's just to do it. Find a job that's good for you. Find a job that you might help you out in real life.
Yeah.
And the best advice is just to go with the flow, because in the military, you never know what's going to happen. You just have to just say fuck it.
Just do it.
Just
like,
do it.
If you really want to do it, just do it.
Just do it.
No
And there's no good advice that you can explain to your parents. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, but
well, when hypothetically speaking, if you ever want to have children, would you care? Would you encourage them to do it, or would you just let them if they want to join, follow your steps, or they want to do their own thing? I mean, just thinking of the
I've thought about that actually. I actually talked about it with Claudia. Not saying that I want to have kids with her or anything yet, but I'm just saying like if I had kids, would I want them to join? And the answer to that is probably not. Especially I think the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
The Air Force probably, maybe, yeah, just because it does give you good career paths. And the culture is very different in there. But it also depends on son or daughter.
Yeah.
You know.
Is it different for women in
Yeah.
the military? Like
I'll be real here. I'll be real and blunt here. With the Marine Corps and the Army, wherever, where it's dominantly men. And not saying that, you guys can't do it. And I know there's a whole political thing with, men and females want to join infantry. It's not about that. It's about the amount of sexual harassment cases that goes on in the military itself.
Mm-hmm.
I personally do not want my daughter to ever experience that, just because the testosterone levels are somewhat high in the military as well.
I mean, you have a lot of young kids too. I mean, straight out of high school.
Yeah, straight out of high school.
Yeah,
It'll definitely strip their innocence if that case happens. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen out in the real world, but when you're in an environment where it's full of men, you don't know where they come from.
Yeah.
And sometimes the rules and regulations in the Marine Corps sometimes makes people go crazy.
Yeah.
Like they constrict you onto like a military installation. It makes people go crazy.
The stress. Some people can't handle the stress.
Some people can handle it. That's the reality. Some people can handle it no matter what anybody says and wants to talk good about the military. Some people just can't handle it.
It's with anything, not just military, but there's just certain things that some people are capable of doing.
Yeah. Some just can't handle it. And that's actually one of the videos that I made about, calling that guy out. It's like, some just can't handle it. It's not for everybody. And it's okay. He could be great somewhere else, but you have people who are following him saying, "Oh, you're stupid, you're wrong, and you're just too pussy to go act duty. You're just too pussy to handle it, and whatever." And I'm just like, "All right, whatever. Do what you guys want. You guys will learn the hard way. Not saying that cursing you guys, but it's sometimes people have to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
If my kids have to learn the hard way, then unfortunately they have to learn the hard way.
It's all going to be their own personal experience, whether you can prepare them for anything or it's never going to be the way you expected it to be. And I'm pretty sure there too, since it's not a controlled environment, because they make you do certain things, but you have people, like you were saying earlier, people from way different upbringings all over the United States, and you come together and you might not have the same ideologies, and maybe you weren't raised the way you should be raised.
Well, regardless of the same ideologies, I wouldn't. Let's say you didn't go through the sexual harassment issues, as a male or a female, because males do get sexually harassed in the military as well. I just think that if you have great potential, you have, if you're aware of your environment, you're aware of the world, and you're extremely intelligent, I would suggest my kids, if they were my kids, to stay away from it, just because for some people, it's literally just wasting your time in there, because a lot of times you're just sitting there and waiting for hours for nothing until somebody shows up, hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
And you're doing that for like 4 years, and once in a while you get sent to training, and then you learn it and you forget it and you get sent back to training again. So, and then that's 4 years out of your life. Yeah, you come out with a lot of benefits, like your GI Bill and experience in dealing with crappy people, but it's at like the cost of your let's say your soul, getting all those benefits. Sometimes you don't even get those benefits.
But you could still be doing something that you're passionate about, or trying different things while you're in it too. Like, is that something that you encourage people to do too? Like, you're still in the military, but for you, you're kind of decided to start doing YouTube, started doing. But I'm
a reservist though. That's the thing.
Oh, you're not fully.
So I'm not fully committed to the military. Because let's say if I was fully committed to the military, I wouldn't have time to go to school. I mean, sure, it'll take you a lot longer for you to go to school and get it done.
You have to join after you're done, right? Like kind of.
What do you mean?
Like school, when you come back after you finish 4 years.
Yeah. That's when usually people start school, because starting school on active duty, it's kind of tough,
because you're getting deployed.
Yeah, you're getting to go to training. Sometimes people look down on it because not a lot of these people don't come from those educational promoting backgrounds,
Mm-hmm.
and they see, you think. I've heard of experiences where like, you think your education is more important than what we have to do here or whatever, and you miss classes. Something you gotta give that money back if you don't pass classes. From what I was told, you gotta give that money back. That's a lot of money. So most people just get out and do the 4 years and then go to school right after.
I heard some people say like if you have a degree and then you join the military later, you get like a higher rank or something, or you get better opportunities.
Oh yeah. It depends what you choose. So you get a degree, and then once you have a degree, your bachelor's degree, you can apply for officer school, like OCS, Officer Candidate School, and you could become like a second lieutenant, after you commission.
Yeah.
But if you have a degree and then you go enlisted, you start off where everybody else starts off.
Really?
Yeah. So you got to choose your path wisely. But if you really want to understand what your subordinates go through as a leader, usually people go enlisted first and then go through the bullshit and then become a leader.
Yeah.
So depends on what path you want to take.
That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know. Like I have some friends. I don't know like the rankings, but my friend he's in Japan right now. He re-enlisted another 4 years. He did 4 years.
Uh-huh.
Then he re-enlisted again. So he's like air traffic control or something.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
Yeah, he's in. I have him and then another friend that he just got out like in December. So once you're done with the military, do you ever want to like re-enlist, or have you ever considered re-enlisting?
No. I think after my my contract's over, I'm just gonna slowly put it behind me and just kind of move on with my life. Like I said, it's a lot of politics involved in the military.
Yeah.
A lot of politics. If I were to be deployed and be in combat, and hopefully not, I wouldn't want to be put in that scenario where I'm really fighting for my life. But I'm fighting for the bros, for everybody to come home.
Yeah.
That to me is what matters at the end of the day, is for all you guys to come home.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately when we come back, nobody's gonna give a crap what we did out there.
Yeah.
It's the guy to left and right of you who's gonna know what happened and is gonna care.
The people that were there. The people.
If you go to Walmart, freaking Costco, and you told them what you did, then they don't give a fuck. They don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, just gonna tell you, well, you thought you were fighting for freedom, but you're just fighting for politics. That's what they're gonna say.
How do you feel about like right now? Do you think there's like people kind of don't feel like negatively about the whole military, or like the resentment from the different people?
I've definitely got people who said, no, I'm not dying for politics, like you, or like baby killer, Muslim hater, Muslim killer, or whatever. But I also got a fair share of, it might be, I think it's half and half.
Yeah.
Of thank you for your service, blah, blah, and it's like half and half. It depends where you're at. If you're more in California area, I think you're definitely going to get more of those negative comments. But I've been to, Arizona, Oklahoma, Virginia, and all those places. They're more conservative. They're definitely more appreciative of your service
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And to be honest, when they say thank you for your service, I don't really know how to respond to it, just because me, myself, I feel like I haven't done a lot for my country.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just being more modest about it, but I feel like I just don't know how to respond to it. Thank you for the support. I don't know,
Mm-hmm. So when you go to these places, it's because you got to train out there, or what?
Yeah, I got to train out there, and Virginia specifically, and in all those places. So yeah, that's why I got to those places.
Where's like the main? Because you say you report like once a month. Is it here in California, or it just depends where they send you?
Depends where they send me.
It's always different.
It's always different. So it's just different. Depends on the type of job you have, type of unit that you're in, type of.
When you have to report, what kind of things do you do? Like, is it like field training, or going back over your specific job, or how's that?
Depends on the year, what time of the year. Like towards the end of the year, like we'll get ready for like the annual training that I talked about earlier. 2 weeks, so you get activated for like on orders, and you start kind of building up on your training to get ready for that annual training to get refreshing up. But during the year, mostly it's just paperwork, just medical, physical and paperwork and psychological health briefs. Like unit briefs, like sexual harassment. Just paperwork just to get you deployment ready.
Yeah.
Just so you have all your paperwork in case you need to deploy.
What happens if there's something wrong and you're not, or you fail a physical or something?
You can't deploy. You're not gonna deploy. Let's say you're too fat. You didn't pass your physical fitness test. 10 times you can't deploy.
Do you get in trouble for failing certain things?
You get put on a program and they'll work you out until you lose weight.
Or you get in shape.
You get in shape, yeah.
That's crazy. So do you ever get what happened? So since you signed a contract, you can't leave, right? They have to finish your term. I don't know that.
So I think I don't know if they're more strict on the active duty side or the reserve side. I mean, I have people gone UA that I knew personally, unauthorized absence, and they got a administrative separation, and I can't really name any names, but that person still has her benefits, still has her clearances, and all that. So, yeah, it really depends. It's kind of hard to leave, but it's not hard. It's hard to leave like cleanly, with a clean slate, like nothing happened, like honorable discharge, like get your benefits. Here you go. It's hard to just you had to finish a contract for all that.
We're just gonna wrap it up now. Like I learned a lot about the military. Like I didn't know all the things you talked about, but I'm definitely looking forward to doing another one in the future. Maybe you're down, or maybe collaborating on a different type of video in the future. Because it was really interesting to hear all your stories. For people that want to find you, where could they find you?
Follow me at Young OORAH on YouTube and on Instagram, YOUNGOORAH. That's for both my Instagram and my not Snapchat, but my YouTube.
Yeah. What's that? Is that why you picked that name?
Young OORAH? Because I actually got the name from this army guy that I knew when I was in school. He used to call me Young OORAH because so Marine Corps tradition. You have the youngest Marine and then the oldest Marine at the Marine Corps ball. Yeah. And then the oldest Marine will eat the cake, and then the youngest Marine will eat the cake to get the wisdom from the oldest Marine. Yeah. And I was the youngest Marine for 2 years in a row. So I got that nickname, Young OORAH, because I joined at such a young age. Yeah. So and that OORAH is the slogan that we use. Oh, okay. A motivational slogan. And you decided to just keep it. So you say Young OORAH. That's cool. Yeah, and for the record, a lot of this stuff that I talk about today, it's from my experience, and if it's not 100% accurate, I apologize. It's just from my personal experience. No, it's always it's what your perspective from your experience, because somebody else might experience a whole different thing. So it's just good to know that it's just from your perspective. Yeah. So well, thank you for joining the podcast, man. It's a good conversation. Of course. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe and like if you haven't already. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, give it a 5-star rating and share it with your friends. So thank you for joining us today. No problem. I'll see you guys next time. All right, see you.